Namaste. Aapka swagat hai.
Welcome to Reactophile. I'm Harnoor and he is Carl.
Today we are going to be doing another Reacto view. This one for Sacred Games.
कौन?
सुनो ना लाइफ बदलने वाला है तुम्हारा.
Why don't you go ahead and start?
So I have mixed opinions about the episode. I was first thinking that if it's on Netflix, then it must be the majority of the portion must be in English, but it was entirely in Hindi.
It was entirely.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I thought some of it was in Punjabi maybe because the guy was Sikh, but
Yeah,
it's all in Hindi.
Yeah, it's all in
Okay.
Hindi. Yes.
All right.
I really liked the introduction. It was kind of scary that it was showing murders of a dog, of human beings. That was really horrifying, and I got to know that this movie is not a normal movie about romance, love, and action. It's gonna be very very thrilling. I got it from the first 5 minutes of the movie. I got to know about that, and then slowly and gradually it was really catchy. It kept me along with it. Yes, I was really wanted to know what's gonna happen now, what's gonna happen next, because this was the entire episode was presented in a way that they wanted us to be thrilled, and they wanted us to keep watching all the episodes. So that's the best thing about it. Just like Stranger Things. I mean, you want to watch the entire series in one go. Right?
You thought it was binge worthy? Here's what I'm gonna say. Okay,
Yeah.
so I totally agree. Like the beginning was very strong. For me, I do not like when I feel like the presentation is starting in the middle of the story. You know what I mean? Like, which is definitely the impression I got. That ended up not being true. Like, that ended up not being the middle of the story at all. Like, it's all happening in real time. But when I saw that moment, I thought that it was like the rest of it was a flashback because there's such a profound discontinuity in the very beginning of the episode. So it starts with the murder scene, right? And it's the guy, like, he says some bizarre crap, and then it immediately switches to the police officer, and like it's his storyline. Maybe it's just because it's like a foreign language piece, but like that was really jarring for me. I didn't like that at all because I felt like I had no idea what was happening, right? Then the it transitions into the story about the cop, and he's in a crooked police department. I thought that was very strong, and
Yeah.
I thought that the guy that played the police officer did a really good
Wow,
job as well.
yes.
That was definitely my favorite part of it, but it's like I don't know if this is a trope in Indian television or Indian cinema. A trope is like a recurring theme in cinema or art or whatever. But like the idea of like the super smart hacker guy on the phone who's like having the conversation.
Yeah.
I hate that because it's just so overplayed here. It's like there are so many shows where that guy is like part of it, and it's just I don't know. It didn't really work for me. It just didn't really work for me. The idea that like the entire episode, like all of the parts of the episode that focus on the weird guy on the phone, I hated all of that. All of the parts of it that focused on the cop, I loved, and I thought that was great. Where it's like he's on the phone, he's talking about his childhood and blah blah blah, and how his dad was a priest and his mom was a whore, and it's like here's what I'm gonna say about that. Here's what I'm gonna say about that is like I'm willing to forgive because it's the first episode, but if that kind of a thing goes on, this is my criticism, is like I don't care about this character at all. Like I have no emotional interest in who this character is or like why his childhood is significant. So it's like this is the part of it where I feel like we're starting in the middle of the story. You know what I mean? And it's like it's the cop is interested because it's like, oh, this guy somehow knows my dad, and then he's like trying to hunt him down, he's trying to chase him, but it's like it's just not really there for me. Like I understand where they're going with it. It's like, oh, okay, you're supposed to be invested in the cop emotionally because he is like a good cop and he's got daddy issues and he's trying to make it in like a crooked world.
ईमानदार आदमी को बम्बई में जगह नहीं, इंडिया में जगह नहीं.
and then it's like there's this guy on the phone who's like a murderer, but somehow also knows his father. Like I see totally what they were trying to do there, but I don't know. It just fell a little bit flat for me.
I mean, I really liked it because I mean, I really wanted to know why that guy became a villain, why he did so many crime, and what was his childhood, what was his background, and why he became like that. So I was really interested in that, and I think the strongest part is played by obviously Saif Ali Khan and Nawazuddin Siddiqui. He seems like a villain right now.
25 दिन है बचा लेना अपने शहर को.
I don't know where the story is going.
It's
in
hard
the
to
next
say.
episodes.
Yeah, it's hard to say where it's going from here. No, I will say, like, as I watched it, I became more comfortable with it, like, because I became more invested in it. But just that initial like switch.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the very first episode.
Yeah.
Like, it's the very first episode in the show, and if I feel confused in the first 2 minutes, like, you know, if I wasn't doing it for this, I probably would have turned it off. If I wasn't doing it for this channel, I probably would have turned it off right there. And then, like, yeah, okay, as the story is happening, you become more emotionally invested in the character because you're like, oh, okay, he had a rough childhood, and then he's got like this weird god complex thing, which is a turn off for me, but you know, like that's like a weird thing for me. I don't find that interesting. I just find it like bizarre. But like, you know, and then as I grew to like the cop more, and I grew more interested in like his motivation, like his interest, like his emotional investment in figuring out who the guy was, became more significant for me. So yeah, like by the end of it, I was willing to watch a second episode, but I'm just like the first half an hour was like really very jarring, very abrasive for me.
I agree.
Very jarring, very abrasive.
And I think Saif Ali Khan gives Race 1 and Race 2 kind of vibe. Those are Bollywood movies, like really hit Bollywood movies.
I know that they exist. I haven't seen them.
Yeah, so I wish Saif Ali Khan was in Race 3 and he had the main lead role, just like in the previous installments, because he did a great job in this Sacred Games episode and in this entire series.
Is he the cop or the weird guy?
The cop, yeah, the cop, yeah.
Oh, is his last name Khan?
Yeah, he.
So he's just playing.
Yeah,
he's just playing.
He's really good at the cases where it involves a little bit of investigation and all that. So he's really good at playing those roles. So I wanted to see him in Race 3. Yeah, that's my opinion. I really like him. Yeah.
I mean, I will say, like, at the end of the first episode, I was willing to watch a second episode.
Me
like,
too.
So I mean, in that case, it's a success. But
Yes.
yeah, it was a rough start. I think it was a rough start.
I
so
agree.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. For me, you know, the mystery sort of element is a little bit. It's just very strange. You know, it's just like it's very. Anytime you have somebody like talking about God is like. You know, that's just like that's very tricky ground, I think, to navigate well. Like it can be done, you know, it can be done well, but it's like, okay, so he kills the guy and now he's a ghost, so there's like a supernatural thing happening now. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'm hesitant. I'm definitely hesitant, but I'll give it a shot.
But I'm gonna finish the entire series soon. So how much would you like to give out of 5?
I mean, I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3, which is more than I can say for a lot of the stuff that I've seen recently. You know, but yeah, it's because, you know, it's episodic and it's obviously the kind of show that it's meant to be. Now, maybe this will not seem strange to you, like a person your age, but when I was growing up, episodic television was not like chronologically consistent. Like you didn't. One episode was not necessarily directly related to the following episode. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, now this is like all shows are like this.
Yeah.
Like Stranger Things. You know,
Yeah.
like if you haven't watched the previous episode, you know, but it used to be, you know, it was on TV and you couldn't watch it like that.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand that this is like building up to something, and I'm willing to give it a shot.
Me too.
Yeah, but right now I'm just kind of I probably would not watch it if it wasn't for the channel. I probably would not. I probably would not watch it.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Namaste.
Goodbye.
All right.
Just 5 more videos. So let's get done. Let's get done. Yeah. Okay. We are not reacting right now. It's Sacred Games. So I have some points. I will have my points ready. I'm not gonna say it's good or not. I'm just okay. Yeah, let's just make it. If we have some changes to make, we will record it again.
Why don't we do this?
Yeah.
We'll just have a conversation about it.
Let's just call it discussion. That's it. Not review.
Well, I mean, look, review. It can be in the form of a discussion.
Yeah.
Between us.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to be talking to the audience.
Yeah.
It could just be you and me.
Okay.
So are we recording right
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Okay. So you need to rise up.
Okay. Fuck you. Fuck you, Arnold. You need to get the fuck out of here. Piece of shit. There. Namaste. Perfect. We've already improved our rate of subscribers.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, we have like 3,500, 3,600 right now. 3,600, yeah, 3,600. I read 3,800 accidentally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let me try to pretend like you're part of this channel. All right. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I must.
yeah, we can do the intro.